Hi, I'm Kristin White. We're here at the Be Legendary event. It's hosted by Speaking Empire. So everyone here talks about having that golden tongue, but I got to tell you, my guest today, Skip Dreibelbis, knows all about that. He's an expert auctioneer. Skip, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for having us. It's a great opportunity to come down here.
So as an expert auctioneer, what are some of the things that you have auctioned off?
Well, we do anything from real estate to estate settlements, heavy equipment, machinery, gold coins, silver jewelry. Pretty much if it's legally can be sold, we can sell it.
If it can legally be sold, I understand that's kind of the key here.
Right.
So when you're doing an auction, what are some of the things strategically that you use, to get it go for the highest price?
Well, the product drives the sale itself. So the product is going to speak for itself. It's going to dictate the price. The nice part about the auction method is it sells for true market value. It's not a speculated price. It's not a projected price. You don't have comparables to look. You're just dealing in the reality of what something's worth.
And a little bit of emotion too.
Certainly, certainly. And when buyers compete, the sellers win.
I like that, when buyers compete. So how can we use these auction strategies inside our own businesses?
Well, if you're looking to liquidate or find the true market value of something, the auction method is great. And primarily in real estate, you have what I call the list, wait, and continuously reduce method of selling. And the auctions actually bring the reality to what something's worth. There's been studies in the Wall Street Journal recently and the New York Times that indicated even appraised values aren't accurate. And just because somebody's home's down the street sold for much less and another one up the street that's by the same builder sold for a lot more, you can't use that type of speculation to try to figure out what a property is really worth. So the best way to find that out is by offering at auction and finding out what the true market value is worth. And oftentimes that's usually more than the traditional list, wait, and reduce method of selling you find from realtors.
So all those comps that everybody talks about,
right,
they're not really accurate.
No, each property speaks for itself. And a lot of realtors like to moonlight as interior decorators or landscape architects, but they don't really aren't focused on selling. And a true auctioneer is really a marketer and a person who sells, because their job, and they have a vested interest, of course, is to get the top value they can for their clients. So they're able to take it to the next step, the next level. They're not going to try to tell somebody to, have contingencies in their sale, where they tell somebody to fix this, repair that, upgrade the next thing, and spend their client's money, knowing that they're not going to get a return on investment for it. When you bought your home, you have your choice of cabinets and carpet and paint. So why change all these things around in a home to something when somebody buys it, they're going to change it anyway. So these things we eliminate because properties sell as is, and they sell for the reality of what it's worth. So a client can actually gain much more money by using the auction method, because again, they're eliminated the weak-minded buyers. The people come to auctions are qualified to buy, and they compete to buy, so the seller really wins in the end.
So I want to hear one of those stories from behind the gavel. Like, what's the craziest thing you ever sold at auction or weren't able to sell?
Well, we've had a lot of distinguished clients over time, and sometimes people borrow their homes. We had a former NFL three-time Super Bowl player, and we sold a couple homes for him. And one of the homes, I guess, apparently had a guest who had another room in the middle of it, down in the basement, that was kind of locked off. But to sell everything in the home and the real estate, when we got in there, we kind of found out some things were growing in there that they shouldn't have been.
And they weren't houseplants.
They weren't houseplants, and that was a tough, difficult situation, because we're put in I'm bonded, and I don't want to have any trouble with law enforcement. So fortunately, everything was dead when we found it. But still, we've seen some interesting things we sold at auction before.
Okay, give us your auction chatter just for a minute.
Okay, in a property, we're going to go 100,000. One had been 100,000, two had been two now, three had been three, or go to the millions. We saw a lot of distinguished properties.
How long do you have to practice to do it like that?
Well, your chant kind of dictates the sale. So if we're dealing with high-end properties, multi-million-dollar luxury homes, we're not selling. Our chant is much slower. Okay. So, on the property today, would you bid $2 million? Okay, the current call is $2 million. Would you bid $2,100,000? Okay, I have $2,100,000 from the gentleman over here on the right. Currently calling for $2.2 million. Would you bid $2.2 million? Our chatter, or you call it a chatter, but it's really a chant.
Oh, our chant.
It actually, the sale dictates the type of style you use. So we adjust as we need to.
Okay, you've got the chant here with the golden tongue from Skip, the auction expert. Thank you for being one of the experts here at Legendary Experts.
Well, thank you for having us. Have a great day and best of Providence.